Are you feeling overwhelmed by clutter in your master bedroom? Join me in this video as I tackle the daunting task of decluttering and packing while still needing to live in the house. As someone who struggles with anxiety, I'll share my journey of how I cope with the stress and overwhelm that comes with a chaotic living environment. G'day lovelies, welcome to my semi-sorted life and another declutter, clean and pack with me. If you're new here, g'day, my name is Mel and I am sharing my journey to get sorted in my home, heart, body and soul. This last month I've been sharing the unexpected of having to move a house during a rental crisis. So if you want to follow along on that journey or catch up from where I started all of this, you can check out the playlist that is linked below called 2024 Uploads. But if you've been following along already, then this is day 3 of the Declutter and Pack with Me series that I've been sharing since the beginning of the year. Okay, so we're going to start in this room. First I'm going to strip the bed and wash the sheets. So that is done. And then basically get everything that I don't need for the next several weeks packed away. Packed, not just packed away, but packed. So I did intend obviously to do that wardrobe sooner than later. I actually intended that before I knew that we had to move. And also because, okay, just a brief look in here, but because we took the cupboard that was down over this, we threw that out in the last dump run. This bathroom has just turned into complete chaos, but the intention is to get this all done today. The cupboard that my husband had here is all gone as well, so he's currently using this as his clothes cupboard. Obviously the bed needs to be stripped and washed. All of this thing, we did cover this, but Peggy has actually chewed the part, so that's going to come off. We're going to keep this, but it's not going to be in our bedroom anymore, or at least this bit of wood. It's a really nice bit of wood, I think. We're going to do that, but that's going today, so there'll be no space to put this on. I'll keep the Cricut out because I have had to use that quite a bit recently, not just for when I'm being distracted. Took the shelving down in here, which you would have seen in another video, so that is all down, so I'm able to spread my clothes out a little bit, but I'm going to go through that today. The goal is also to go through all of this, and that's going to get packed today and probably move this out somewhere for storage for boxes and things like that. So that's the goal there. The garage is pretty much done, I think. We went through a lot of the things the other day, so we should be able to put boxes out there. Right now, this was what was all in that cupboard. Started to pack off this bookshelf. I'm thinking with this, I'm just going to shrink wrap the whole thing and just leave the pens and everything in it. I'll see how we go. Probably the same with the drawer, just shrink wrap it around so I don't have to take anything out of the drawer. But we'll go from there. Yeah, it's a shit show in here. Over here, pillows, they'll obviously stay. Again, a shrink wrap around that. There's not much in there, but I might just quickly go through it. And there's a lot of clutter up there. But, yeah, let's see what we get achieved today. It needs to be done first thing this morning, so it's already 8 o'clock. Need to get it done in a very small amount of time because it's going to be so hot today, and this room is the hottest of the house. So I want to get it done sooner than later, so that is my motivation. I'm in a very small window of time, and I have had my coffee, but I haven't had my greens. I might go and make that. Shout out to Vicky Plans Budgets because I've been watching her, and I'm thinking I will do a budget video sooner than later. So if you want to check her out, oops, the computer needs to restart, but that's Vicky right there. Check out her channel if you're into budgeting and things like that. She's a fantastic supporter of my channel, so shout out to her. Okay, let's get on with it. Stop procrastinating. Just do it.
So as I've mentioned earlier, I have been feeling very overwhelmed and anxious about this whole process. So I'm starting out today with a little bit of a plan and just trying to start in a manageable area, which is the master bedroom. I don't foresee needing a whole lot of things from this bedroom over what could be several weeks or a couple of months until we know where we're going and what's happening. I did share a few weeks back that I did think we had somewhere, but that's all a little up in the air right now. So yeah, we're just kind of playing it by ear. The current landlord of that property needs to find somewhere else in another town before he can move, but the rental crisis is so real that even he is having trouble locating a suitable place. So our move date is delayed and is still questionable, which just increases the stress and anxiety. But this is, you know, the real life of what it is right now. And I hope that by sharing my experience, I can look back for one and see that we got through, but also maybe you are experiencing similar and my experience might be able to bring some kind of comfort and reassurance to you.
Start with clearing off the back of this door. Things are going to go. So, an apron is handy to have. I'll keep one apron. I don't need this. I will use this. No. Okay, keep 2 aprons. That's it. 2 aprons. This one I always wanted to wear, but I look atrocious in it. It's just not flattering in any way.
So my anxiety and stress levels were extremely high on this particular day. So I thought that I would just start in this really small section and be really easy. And I got to this particular outfit and I was like, maybe I'll keep it, maybe I won't. It's something that I have declined wearing a couple of times because it's a bit matchy and I wasn't sure if it was really me. And I was like, well, I'll keep it just in case. And it just became all too overwhelming on this particular day. So I ended up just leaving this where it was and coming back to it later, going and doing a little bit of self-care, having a shower, taking some time out and just trying to relax because I just was not coping. So then I kicked back in and came out and decided to empty the entire wardrobe of all the clothes. And I am talking to you here, but I'm basically just saying that I'm going to have 3 piles. I'm going to have a keep pile, a maybe pile, and a giveaway pile. So I started that. And the challenge that I had in this particular case is that I also need to keep things out for long enough for us to remain in the house, but also pack things away that I'm not likely to wear in the next several weeks. So I had 2 bags going. I had the black garbage bag, which was going to charity or whatever, and then I had the clear garbage bag, which was the things that I was keeping, or winter items. I have decided not to declutter any winter items. It is the dead of summer here in Australia and it has been some of the hottest weather that we've had for the longest time. So I decided I wasn't going to make a decision on hot days about whether I was keeping winter items or not, and I just packed all the winter items, which is unfortunate because they are obviously the bigger items. Strangely enough, a few days later we did have a cold snap and I was looking for a jacket to head out to pick Maeve up from work, Maeve being my eldest child. And so I was cursing myself having packed all the winter clothes, but it is what it is. So right now I have, like I said, 2 piles going. I have the keep pile to pack away, the garbage pile to put away. And I've also gone here and started to just put the things that I'm definitely keeping out. To the front of the camera, you can see things that I am maybe keeping. And then eventually I go through and only keep out a few clothes for the next several months. So what I found here was, obviously, like I've mentioned, my anxiety was quite high and I had all these decisions to make, and decision fatigue is real. I was really struggling. And I was like, do I keep this? Does this go? What do I want this for? All that sort of stuff. So what I ended up deciding was just giving myself lots of compassion. I know that the big advice is declutter before you leave, so you've got less to unpack, and definitely if you're going into a smaller space, then you need to be aware of that. But the reality was that I had the decision fatigue. My anxiety was too high, and in the end I just had to pick my battles and get as much done as I could, and let go of the perfection, I guess, and the dramatic change and all the rest, and just lots of self-compassion. So I'm not sure if you saw, but my husband came in just ever so briefly there and gave me some tablets for a cold sore that I have developed through all of this stress. So that's extra special fun. I am prone to cold sores, but definitely come through when I'm extremely stressed. So what I'm doing here is using the clear plastic bags to pack away the clothes that are going to be packed for the new house. I did consider putting a hole in the top and putting it over the clothes, but I ended up just scooping them in from the bottom and tying up at the top, because I could reuse these garbage bags, and that's the plan. I'm putting them in garbage bags rather than a suitcase or anything, because I don't have any suitcases that would fit all of these clothes, but also I'm not sure how long they're going to be stored for. So they're going to be in a box, and in case the box gets wet or whatever, then at least I will have them semi-protected. I wouldn't say that my wardrobe is all that valuable, but it is what I have, and like I said, I just was not in the greatest headspace to get rid of a whole heap of stuff, so I just went with it. So that's another box packed, and I'm still not feeling overly motivated or inspired at this point, but I'm persevering. So I'm just trying to remember that I need to take care of myself, and that, I'm obviously highly stressed and anxious, so I need to take breaks and do things that I enjoy, and remember to breathe, and that it's okay to take it one step at a time. So moving on now to the other shelving in this cupboard. So it's a lot of stationery and books and things like that, so I'm just going to pack away that. I will be perfectly honest, I didn't get rid of a whole lot of things in this particular category. And again, it's just about picking my battles and doing the best I can. I wanted to take this opportunity to thank all of you who have been leaving really lovely comments, supportive comments, and lots of well wishes and all of the rest of it. Please check that you have hit the subscribe button, because that really does help my channel to grow and definitely supports me in doing this and sharing this journey. You will have just noticed that I found an Easter egg while packing here, and there was no shortage of kids to come and get chocolate when I called out to them, which is super cute. Quickly going through a little bit of paperwork and things here that could definitely go. Things, old receipts and things like that. So I definitely get through this really quickly. And I definitely am finding way more paperwork than I thought I ever had. So as I progress through this pile, this stack of paperwork here, I want to encourage you to perhaps pick a space that needs decluttering. Perhaps it's a little counter or a bench or a bookshelf. Perhaps it's a whole junk drawer. Perhaps it's just a pile of laundry that you've been procrastinating on folding or putting away. Maybe it's a load of dishes. So I'm going to pop some music on. So while I do this, I encourage you to join me and let's do some things together.
I was quietly protective of my heart to reassure that I couldn't break to pieces and be left alone once more. If you hadn't been so patient, you'd be easy to ignore. You put up with all my till you didn't anymore. And now I stand here calling at your door. Oh, now I stand here calling at your door. Yeah, I'm yours. you want. Yeah, I'm yours, and now we're singing. I have been too self-involved, been protective of my feelings, but somehow you made me fall. You got underneath the surface and you shattered every wall. And I know I got that feeling, there's no question anymore. And now I stand here calling at your door. Oh, now I stand here calling at your door. Yeah, I'm yours, anywhere you want. Yeah, I'm yours, and now we're singing. Of my heart to reassure that it couldn't break to pieces and be left alone once more. You got underneath the surface and you shattered every wall. And I know I got that feeling, there's no question anymore. And now I stand here calling at your door. Oh, now I stand here calling at your door. Yeah, I'm yours, anywhere you want. Yeah, I'm yours, and now we're singing. And now I stand here calling at your door. Oh, now I stand here calling at your door. Yeah, I'm yours, anywhere you want. Yeah, I'm yours, and now we're singing.
So it's actually around this point of the day where I'm making considerable progress, but I am feeling very physically heightened. So my heart rate was increased. I was having trouble catching my breath. I was generally feeling really, really uncomfortable. And I live with anxiety, as I've mentioned several times, and I recognized that I was about to endure a panic attack. So I contemplated not sharing this particular part. It's quite confronting, obviously, and very personal, but I did want to share what I did to kind of overcome this. So obviously I'm starting by just taking some time out here to myself. I'm using a lot of self-talk, and if you can hear the music over me now, it is what is called binaural beats. I find that they are super helpful in helping me feel calm. They used to help me concentrate when I was studying, that sort of thing. So if you're wearing headphones, you will feel that it is sort of bouncing from ear to ear. And I really just took my time in here to just kind of decompress, doing lots of positive self-talk and reminding myself that this is just a short-term pain for long-term gain, that I'm perfectly safe and that it's perfectly okay. Some other strategies that I've been using is to kind of give myself a time frame around waiting for things. And at this point, my anxiety is so high because it's kind of the unknown. I feel like I'm in limbo land and I don't know when anything is going to become clear, or what answers I'm going to have, or what actions I need to take next. And that's probably the hardest part of it all, and that's probably what is increasing my particular anxiety. But something that I found helpful is to say, look, I'm not going to have any answers for 10 days. In 10 days time, I'll start to make other arrangements and change things. And 10 days is an arbitrary number. It's not a real number, but I feel like that's enough time to kind of delay how I'm feeling right now and just kind of let it go, because if I don't have any answers in 10 days, I don't want to waste those 10 days feeling like this. So let me know in the comments below if you found that music at all helpful. I definitely recommend checking it out. Another analogy that my GP gave me today is to talk about the gazelles in wild Africa. She was actually, as I shared with her how anxious I had been feeling, she talked about how the gazelles in, the plains in Africa would, graze, and they're relaxed and they eat and they, wander around and that sort of thing. And then a lioness comes and they all are high alert and bolt and they run to safety. And then once they're safe, they stop and they graze and they relax. And they don't let the thought of, or the idea of, that lioness coming back stop them from eating and resting and doing all of the things that they need to do. And I thought that was a really good analogy to help me kind of to help me remember that, I can waste time feeling stressed and anxious, or I can just live my life and graze and enjoy as much as I possibly can. So that is the plan. So at this point, I would like to encourage you to make sure that you reach out to your GP or your healthcare provider if you also struggle, as I do, with anxiety. It's not something that you have to live with. It's not something that a positive affirmation will necessarily get you past. It's definitely something that you need to work on to overcome. I have found naming it and shaming it keeps it in line a little bit. Sharing with you definitely helps me, and I hope that my sharing helps you. Definitely encourage you to reach out to your healthcare provider. There are also links, if you are particularly struggling, in my description box for worldwide help for anxiety and depression. And if you're really struggling, please check that out. It's free resources that I have down there.
My capacity to let go of anything right now is completely depleted, and it's gotten to a point where I have to stop myself from packing literal rubbish. So it's time to let it go for right now and just give it a break, I guess. Like they say that the decluttering muscle gets stronger the more you do it, but with my anxiety as high as what it is right now, it's just not working. It's actually getting weaker and my anxiety is increasing. So it's going to be a new house problem. Anyway, I'm sorry that it's not as inspirational or motivational as I would like it to be, but it's real, and just is what it is. Okay, bye.
Okay, so back here now in the master bedroom, and I decided it was just time to get these clothes finally sorted. Now you will see that little green outfit is actually going in the black trash bag. It is going. I decided there's no point in having a maybe pile. My clothes are not that expensive. I didn't buy them from the most inaccessible spaces, so they're just going. And so obviously the muscle of decluttering is kicking in here. I don't have an emotional attachment to clothing necessarily, but my muscle was so depleted earlier when I tried to declutter all the clothes that I couldn't even make a sensible decision. So yeah, I've made some progress here and just thrown things away, and now I'm just going to persevere. I hope you're enjoying. Hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. Share with a mate if you think she could relate. And now let's see how far I've gotten. Okay, this is the end of day 3. This is a packing box, but the rest are packed. Still there. Took the table down. Obviously it's hanging here. I think we'll keep this piece of wood, but I don't know about the legs. Bathroom looks like this is rubbish. The floor needs vacuuming. This is not done, but I have cleared off a fair bit of this. So that's all vitamins and things. This is the giveaway pile. The rubbish pile is already out in the tip, except for that rubbish there. But that's that. And then this is the ever-growing pile of boxes. I think I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. At least 9 new boxes out here today. And the bed looks different without the end table. I've got another box down there, but there's obviously all of this to go, which isn't too much. It's probably 1 box realistically, and I'm just going to shrink wrap that. But yeah, now it's time to edit tomorrow's video.